Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got even more leaks to go over for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, new legendary Pokemon updates, new gameplay features, a couple of story spoilers as well, so plenty of stuff to go over today. If you're excited for the video though, make sure to drop a like down below, leave a comment what leak are you most excited about, subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, the first leak that we're going to be going over today is a gameplay feature for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that we don't really know too much about, but it has been leaked from Kaka, reposted by Panda, and basically they are saying that Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet will not use the switch time, but will have a time just like on Pokemon Legends Arceus. So you can decide whether to explore by day or night at will. So obviously with like Pokemon Sword and Shield, etc., we just had our normal like switch clock, and the actual game was kind of programmed on real time. So if it was like 2 p.m. in, you know, the world, then it would be like 2 p.m. On Pokemon Sword and Shield. Pokemon Legends Arceus took a little bit of a different route and actually made it so you could actually choose like what time it was. You know, you could rest at your campsite, and then obviously the times would change. And apparently that is what they're going to be doing for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet as well, which I'm not actually against at all, because obviously certain Pokemon pop up in the day, in the night, that's still going to be a thing. Certain Pokemon evolve at different times of the day, but not only that, it's just it just makes life a lot easier than having to wait. Like, not everybody has all the time in the world, you know. Some people can't wait until a specific time to allow a certain Pokemon to evolve or something. So being able to just rest somewhere, I'm guessing, or I'm sure like at the Pokemon centers you can rest or something like that, and that will make time kind of fly by, and then you can obviously, I guess, come out of that rest stop at a different time or something. So I actually quite like the idea of it. I thought Pokemon Legends Arceus executed it quite well. Not that there's nothing wrong with like real-time games at all, because obviously it's a little bit more realistic, but I think it just helps, especially in like open world games when there's so much stuff to do. Like, there might also be certain quests that you can only do in like day and night, and then instead of having to wait like 8 hours, you can just quickly go to the nighttime. So yeah, apparently it's going to be the same as Pokemon Legends Arceus, which I think is decent. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I can see both sides of the argument, like both are positive, but yeah, I think for an open world game, I think that Scarlet and Violet being able to kind of choose the time really to your heart's content, I think is a step in the right direction. So that's that. The next one is also about kind of time and stuff like that, because there's also seasons in Pokemon Legends Arceus. So I don't really know, not Pokemon Legends Arceus, in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So I don't really know how this works into the game, because if we don't have real time in the Generation 9 games, how do we have seasons? So I don't know if like the seasons are going to be like based on real time, and then you can go through the different I don't really know how it works. Apparently the system of the seasons of the 5th generation resumes in Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. And again, this was posted by Kaka as well, this person saying source. Kaka also mentioned it, you know, a season system in a game like Gen 5. So apparently seasons are coming back to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but again, I'm not sure how that will correlate with the whole idea of being able to change the time. So yeah, we'll have to see how it all unfolds. We have this person here saying no, but it refers to the fact that each area of the map represents a season, as we were shown in the trailers with the evolution of dealing, but I don't think it will go in real time like the day and night cycle. It won't be the same as Black and White, but it's still something. So this actually makes a lot more sense, that the map is kind of broken up into different seasons. It would make sense for like the Tauros as well, with the 3 Tauros form, and then your normal Cantonian Tauros as well, because maybe like the Tauros has evolved into a different form depending on which part of the map it's from. So that would make a lot more sense. So maybe one part of the map is like the ice part, and that's more like wintry, autumn kind of seasons. You have another part which is the desert, which is more like summery potentially, and then you have your spring part and your autumn part, and etc. So that's probably the way that it means. I don't, because there's no way you can have seasons without real time. Like, that's just not how it would work. So yeah, I'm guessing it would be different parts of the map will be split up into certain like seasonal kind of places, because obviously Deerling is in this game, and Deerling is very much a seasonal Pokemon depending on like the appearance and stuff like that. Same with Swordsbook. So yeah, seasons apparently are going to be broken up to different parts of the map. It seems that way, because again, you can't have seasons without having like real time. It just doesn't work. So that's the first kind of gameplay kind of situation going on, the first part of the leaks. The next leaks are going to be the new 4 sub-legendary Pokemon. So of course we knew what these were. We knew we were getting the deer, which is ground dark, the fish, which was fire dark, the snail, which is grass dark, and then the tiger or the leopard, which is going to be ice dark. So that's the subcategory of legendary Pokemon. But apparently they are going to be very, very difficult to find. So Panda tweeted out saying the 4 sub-legendaries will be difficult to find and the conditions for finding them are too strict. It can be obtained before the end of the game. So you can find, I guess, all of these legendaries. It makes sense if they were like seasonal as well. So like obviously the leopard would be around the ice part of the map, the fire fish would be around like the summery part. I guess grass would be, I don't know, grass, autumn or spring, and then ground as well as that. Either way, these are the 4 legendaries. Of course, they all share the dark typing, but apparently they're going to be really difficult to find, and the conditions for finding them are also really strict, but you can find them before the end of the game. Of course, the end of the game is once you complete all 3 storylines. So you complete the treasure hunt, you complete the gym, the victory road, and then also the titans and stuff. So once you do all that, that's when you complete the game. It's not talking about like when you just complete one of the stories, you have to complete all of them. But yeah, you can find these at different, like we know where these are located because it was leaked on the map. But at the same time, the fact that these are going to be really strict to get, I'm guessing you might have to do like certain quests, and that allows them to appear. They might be roaming Pokemon, like they might roam around, and they might be like really fast, like Zapdos, Galarian Zapdos, and the Isle of Arm and the Crown Tundra. That was obviously like speeding around the wild area, so it could be something like that, and you might have to like try and run into it or something, maybe something like, I don't know, like obviously they're really strict conditions, so they're going to be quite difficult to get, and apparently it's for all 4 of them as well. I don't know why a snail is going to be tough to get. Like I don't know what certain conditions would have to be met to find a snail because it's so slow, but either way I could see a leopard and a deer being a little bit difficult because they're naturally fast. But yeah, snail, I don't know how you're not going to be able to go up and catch a snail. But either way, those are some conditions and strict information about the sub-legendaries for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We have a bit more information about them as well. Panda also tweeting out saying that the ability of the 4 sub-legendaries will be new and will debuff a stat. So I'm guessing this is like Beast Boost in a way, but not. So they all get the same ability, but it all does something different. So obviously Beast Boost is an ability that all the Ultra Beasts have, but it depends on the Pokemon that is like using it in regards to like what happens. So you know, if it knocks out a Pokemon, it'll get like a special attack boost or a special defense boost or something like that. Whereas there is going to be an ability, because it's not plural, they just use the word ability. It seems that all 4 of these legendary Pokemon are going to get access to the same ability, but depending on who's using it, it will debuff a certain stat. So let's say the leopard has this ability and it will debuff the opponent's speed stat. You have a snail, which could potentially, well, I guess it would make more sense for the snail to debuff the speed stat, and then the leopard could debuff, like, I don't know, the physical defense stat. The fish could debuff the special defense stat, and then the deer could, I don't know, debuff the special attack. I'm guessing we're not going to get one for physical attack because we already have Intimidate. So it probably, for me, it makes sense for it to be physical defense, special attack, special defense, and speed. Because I don't think we have any abilities that debuff any of those as soon as a Pokemon comes in. So that's probably what it's going to be, the situation. But yeah, all of them apparently get this ability, but depending on who's using the ability, again, it depends on like the outcome of it. So it sounds like a broken ability though. It sounds really good. It's literally Intimidate, but for all the legendaries, and again, it will do all the other stats. Most likely it's going to be like the defense, special defense, special attack, and speed, because they're the ones that don't get debuffed through an ability. But anyway, that's that. We're moving on to story spoilers now. So obviously, if you don't want to know anything about the story, now's the time to click off the video. But I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go into some story spoilers. You had your warning. So these are all the story spoilers here. So Nemona is champion rank. So we covered this in a previous video, but we got a little bit more information to go over here. So Nemona is champion rank, which I guess would make sense. You know, she is going to be the rival of the like the Victory Road story, and so it makes sense. You know, the rival is going to become the champion. We've had it a load of times in the previous Pokemon games. Penny's shy, but it's just a disguise. Again, Riddler Coos told us about this. She's actually really badass. She should have won an Oscar for a disguise in school, so she could be linked to like the evil team or something. She's acting really shy, but she's not. it's just a disguise, and she's actually badass. So yeah, she's going to be quite an... I mean, she could be like the leader of like an evil team or something, potentially. And then also, Arven's parents are both dead. So Turum and Sada are his parents, which are obviously the professors. So the professors are the fake ones. So yeah, that's an interesting one. Like, that we need a bit more information about that. We know the storyline for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is very dark, but to the fact that you know, Arven's parents are both dead, and then Turum and Sada are his parents, so the professors are the fake ones. Then goes on to say the invasion of Paradox is there. So again, that's the circular kind of thing in the middle. I think something happens there which allows all these Paradox Pokemon to break out of into like our timeline. So yeah, but they're not because they're the ones who come to our world, but because the teacher, who for me is alone one, that is Arven's parents are dead, but only one is replaced. They try to bring Paldea into their Paradox dimension. So Sada wants to take Paldea into the past, and Turo wants to take it into the future. So in according to this, this is actually like the professors being evil, and they want to take Paldea into a different... I guess they want to take the region into a different timeline, either into the past or the future, which again, I'm not really too sure. I don't think it's worded the best, because apparently the Turo and Sada are his parents, but the professors are the fake ones. So I'm not sure. I can't really make a lot of sense of this. People say, you know, it's just speculation on your part. No, point 2 and 3 are real. Will the real professors be brought back to life? No, the real Turo and Sada are dead. The ones seen by the trailers are fake. So I meant after the fake ones are defeated. The dead stay dead. So the imposter, the same person, the disguise being different. So apparently the professors are imposters. So Arven's actual parents, so Turo and Sada, Arven's actual parents are both dead, but the professors we see in the game are imposters, and they're disguising themselves as the professors, and they're evil, and they want to take it back to their... Okay, so that makes a little bit more sense. So let's say Sada from Scarlet, she's disguising herself as the professor, and what she actually wants to do is take Paldea into the past, and Turo wants to do the same for the future. So it does seem like the professors are technically evil. Interesting. This is a story leak or just your theory? It's a story leak. So Clavel and Jack are innocent. Jack, yes. Clavel being innocent, still in question. So apparently Clavel is also evil. So many evil people in this game according to the story leak. I don't know. It sounds like a really sick storyline if this is actually true, with like the evil professors and them being disguised and stuff like that. Because he also goes on to say that the plot of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is very dark. There's a killer around who's going to commit murder. Who's going to be? So maybe Clavel kills the professors. And then, mate, this doesn't sound like Pokemon at all. I feel like I'm just spiraling into a completely different game right now. But apparently Clavel will probably kill the parents and then wants to help the professor take Paldea to either the past or the future, depending on which version you're playing. I don't even know, man. It's all kinds of stuff going on. Let me know your thoughts on it all, though. It's a lot to kind of take in. It sounds exciting, though. It sounds like a really good storyline. I do like that. I mean, the thing about the leaks is, obviously, if this is true, then it would have been a mad kind of shock to the system finding this out in-game. But either way, apparently these are all story leaks. But that's going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. What are your thoughts on these kind of seasonal gameplay features and everything? What are your thoughts on the legendaries? And also, please let me know what your thoughts are on this story, because it's just kind of going out of the question how crazy this seems. But either way, thank you for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.